there was a moment where one analyst said, is it possible for you to have $500 billion of cash? In just a few years. And he said, yeah, but it may be worth $20 billion if we don't get inflation under control. This was the most high level I have seen an executive talk about the world. I like things. I mean, we're going to talk about some of these different issues that are niggling. Shanghai coming back with a vengeance. No one says Shanghai's coming back with a vengeance. This man is saying it's coming back for the vengeance. The no steering wheel or pedal car, which is the lowest cost per mile. That's that robotaxi that's so exciting. He does make a joke about how lithium, he goes, do you like printing money? Well, the lithium business is for you because they're taking 90% margins here, and that is the limiting principle. But he'll figure his way around that. A lot of what I find, he's a chemist. He's a logistics specialist. He's an international. He's a globalist. You never want to say to yourself that here's a person that can do no wrong. But there really were no flies on that quarter. We can talk about some supply constraints, but the fact is he's got the least amount of supply constraints per vehicle of anyone I follow. And it was a tour de force quarter, of which, by the way, there were no questions about Twitter.
No new information from him on the call about his bid for Twitter, 5420, and nothing new, by the way, to share, at least from me, on where things stand right now between him and the board. I'm sure we will get more as we move along there. The stock, though, for Twitter's part, has traded well below that 5420. But as for Tesla, I mean, I'm looking at a Jonas note this morning, guys. Adam Jonas, we consider certainly one of the more creative, interesting analysts, saying it's not so much the strength of the quarter that's impressive, but the gap to the competition. The more we see out of Tesla, the more we're concerned about the rest of the industry's ability to play catch-up.
Well, the only thing that I heard, this is a little oddity, but if you're on the CSX call, which was a very good call, by the way, they're talking about the next big thing in EV, which is VinFast EV, Vietnamese company based in Haiphong, which is being built in North Carolina, which I think is going to be able to challenge Musk. But it's the largest project ever, industrial project ever in North Carolina. But we're going to have Ford coming out soon. Does Ford have the right chips? They need a deal. Does Ford have enough lithium? They need a deal. These are all things that Musk saw coming. So when you're dealing with somebody as fine executive, say, as Dow Chemical, Jim Fitterling, he would say almost no one saw any of this coming. Union Pacific, almost no one saw any of this coming. Well, the almost is always Musk. He saw it all coming. It's funny because yesterday was the day that the Mexicans totally nationalized lithium. They got a huge amount of lithium. So he's absolutely right. Mexicans are extracting their lithium. But lithium is a gating factor. But he's even thinking about other metals besides lithium. He's kind of like the way you were in World War II. Okay, so steel's not working. Let's switch to another kind of equipment. He has a level of urgency that is just unusual in this world. And he's very joyful, even though he was kind of flat last night. It's just not the old Musk.
Maybe he's tired.
Well, I mean, he's running how many companies?
Yeah, he's running, I don't even know how many companies, and he's making an unsolicited bid for another company. I mean, he's got a lot on his plate.
You take a look.
Doesn't seem to stop him, though.
The only person in this world that seems to be able to have the Chinese where he wants them is Musk. The only person in this world who is really shaming Berlin, British BMW and Mercedes, is Musk. And he is having the time of his life.
You know this.
Well, it's joyful. I mean,
well,
it's playful.
Yeah, I mean, just the metrics alone, auto gross margin 32.9. We were looking for 31. The Jonas note also points out revenue growing 3x faster than CapEx. You got one of the most highly valued industrial company with virtually no industrial debt.
Which implies a lot more free cash flow to come.
Right.
That's why that's such an important component. One's going here, the other's going here. That's margin.
Well, it's like Henry Ford. That was Henry Ford. I mean, he figured out he could pay his workers more, $5 a day. Why? Because he was making so much more per car than he thought, because he was a great industrialist. There's a lot of, on the Cotswold, there's a lot about how many different pieces you need to put together to make a car. And he's figured that out, too, number of pieces. He really is, there used to be like this Taylor system of manufacturing. Well, he's gone back to the roots of manufacturing.